Assalamu alaikum students. I hope that all of you are fine and keeping yourselves safe at home. I am also fine, thank you. Okay students, I am your teacher. My name is Anisa and this is your English class. In our today's class, we are going to read a very interesting story, and the name of that story is Pippi Longstocking. What's the name of the story? Pippi Longstocking. All of you can see unit number 1, Pippi Longstocking. Okay, before going to start the story, I want to ask you a few questions. Students, have you ever met any strange person in your life? Okay, have you ever seen a person with green color or red color hair? Maybe in TV or in movie? Okay, and have you ever saw a person wearing two different socks? Means one sock is of red color and the other is of green color. Okay, so it means can we call that person a strange person? Okay, so now what you can see in this picture, what is written? Pippi Longstocking. So it means who is this girl? Her name is Pippi. So she is Pippi. Okay, students, if you notice Pippi, is she looking strange? Did you notice her hair, her dress and her socks? Look at her hair, they are flying in the air. So Pippi is also a strange girl. So Pippi Longstocking. Okay, can any one of you tell me what's the meaning of stocking? Okay, now look at this picture. What are these? These are socks. Okay, now what's this? These are also the socks, but are both the socks same? Look at these socks and these socks. Yes, these are long socks and these are short socks. So which type of socks Pippi is wearing? Long socks. So these type of long socks are known as stocking. These type of long socks are known as stocking. Now can you see the stocking of Pippi? One is of purple color and another is of red with yellow strips. So our first word which we have learned today is stockings, which means very long socks. Okay, now students, what you can see in this picture? Is the girl having open hair or closed hair? Her hair are closed. Okay, so what she has done with her hair? She has plaited her hair. She has twisted her hair. So this type of hairstyle is known as braided. This type of hairstyle is known as braided. And what's the meaning of braided? Plaited. Like she has plaited her hair. So this type of hair is known as braided. What's the meaning of braided? Plaited. Okay, now look at this picture. What you can see? What is this? Yes, it's a pathway. Okay, it is at the side of the road or in the middle of the road? At the side of the road. Good. So what is the purpose of this pathway? Very good. People used to walk on this pathway. So as it is used for walking and it is at the side of the road, so this is known as sidewalk. This is known as sidewalk, which means a paved pathway at the side of the road. A paved pathway which is at the side of the road and it is used for walking. So what is this known as? Sidewalk, a paved pathway at the side of the road. Very good. Okay, now students, look at this picture. What you can see on the girl's face? Is her skin very smooth and clear? No, she's having so many spots on her skin. Which type of spots are these? Are they dark in color or light in color? They are darker than her skin color. These are small darker spots on her skin. So these spots are known as freckles. These spots are known as freckles. And what's the meaning of freckles? Small patches of darker color on skin. Are these small patches or big patches? Okay students, now let us revise all the words quickly. Our first word is stockings, which means very long socks. Our second word is braided, which means plaited. Our third word is sidewalk, which means a paved pathway at the side of the road. Our next word is freckles, small patches of darker color on skin. Okay. Okay students, now let us start our story, which is Pippi Longstocking. Okay, now all of you take your pencils in your hand and we have to write the meanings of the difficult words side by side. And all of you be attentive. I can ask any question at any time. Okay, ready? Yes. When Pippi entered Villa Villicola for the first time, it was a lovely summer evening. Okay, what's the word when Pippi entered Villa Villicola? Yes, Villa Villicola is the name of the place where who lived? Pippi lived. So what's the name of that place? Villa Villicola. What's the name of that place? Villa Villicola. So all of you underline this word and write its meaning. It's the name of a place. Okay. The children next door, Tommy and Annika, were not at home. They had gone to visit their grandmother for a week, and so they had no idea that anybody had moved into the house next door. So who were the neighbors of Pippi? Tommy and Annika. They were the neighbors of Pippi, and where they had gone? They had gone to their grandmother house for a week. Okay, now put your pencil on the second paragraph. Okay, on the first day after they came home again, they stood by the gate looking out onto the street. Who was looking out onto the street? Yes, Tommy and Annika were looking out on the street. They had no idea that there actually was a playmate so near. Now, what do we mean by playmate? Underline this word. Playmate. What's the meaning of playmate? If I say, my friend is my playmate, it means the person with whom you play. So, mate means your friend and play means with whom you play. So, underline this word and write the meaning. Someone with whom we play. So, Tommy and Annika had no idea that they are going to have their playmate so nearby. They were standing there considering what they should do and wondering whether anything exciting was likely to happen or whether it was going to be one of those dull days when they couldn't think of anything to play. Now who is thinking all these things? Tommy and Annika, that they were so boring, they were having so boring days and they were so bored that they couldn't imagine that they are going to have a neighbor in their nearby with whom they can play. Okay, all of you please keep your pencils with me. And just then the gate of Villa Villicola opened and a little girl stepped out. She was the most remarkable girl Tommy and Annika had ever seen. Now the gate of Villa Villicola opened where Pippi, Tommy and Annika lived, and who came out from the gate? Pippi. She was the most remarkable girl. Now what do we mean by remarkable? Someone who's an ordinary person or someone who's extraordinary? Yes, if I say my handwriting is remarkable, it means my handwriting is very good. So remarkable, underline this word remarkable and write the meaning something which is very good. She was Miss Pippi Longstocking out for her morning walk. This is the way she looked. Now all of you write the heading above this paragraph, which is description of Pippi. Now we are going to describe how does Pippi look like. Okay. Okay, students, now we are going to see and look how Pippi looked like. Her hair, the color of a carrot, was braided in two tight braids that stuck straight out. Now, all of you look at the picture. What is the color of her hair? It's the color of the carrot, and she's having braids, and both the braids are coming straight out. Her nose was the shape of a very small potato. Can you see the nose? It is like a small potato and was dotted all over with freckles. Now, what Pippi was having on her skin? She was having freckles. It must be admitted that the mouth under this nose was a very wide one with strong white teeth. Her dress was rather unusual. Now, what's the word? Unusual. Underline this word. Unusual. What do we mean by unusual? What was the dress of Pippi? Was it a normal dress or a strange dress? Strange. So underline this word unusual and write strange. Okay. Pippi had made it herself. She had meant it to be blue, but there wasn't quite enough blue cloth. So Pippi had sewed little red pieces on it here and there. On her long thin legs, she wore a pair of long stockings. Now, all of you notice the stockings of Pippi? Are both the stockings of same color? No, one stocking is of brown color and the other one is of black color, and that's why she was a very strange girl. And due to these things, she had on a pair of black shoes that were exactly twice as long as her feet. Her father had bought these shoes for her in South America so that Pippi would have something to grow into. She loved them and she never wanted to wear any others. Now, from where Pippi's father bought her shoes? From which country? From South America. Very good. And was Pippi wearing a casual dress, or was she wearing a normal dress, or was she wearing an unusual dress? It was unusual. What was the shape of Pippi's potato? What was the shape of Pippi's nose? It was like a small potato, and her hair were like the color of a carrot. Okay, now please put your pencils on the second paragraph of this page. Very good. But the thing that made Tommy and Annika open their eyes widest of all was the monkey sitting on the strange girl's shoulder. Now all of you can see the monkey on Pippi's shoulder on page number 2. Yes, so there was also a monkey which was sitting on her shoulder. It was a little monkey dressed in blue pants, a yellow jacket, and a white straw hat. Now all of you underline these things. What was the color of the pant of monkey? Blue. The color of monkey's jacket was yellow, and what was the color of his hat? White. So the monkey was wearing blue pants with yellow jacket and white hat. Now, third paragraph. Pippi walked along the street with one foot on the sidewalk and the other in the gutter. Tommy and Annika watched as long as they could see her. Now, did you notice what Pippi is doing? Her one foot is on the sidewalk and her other foot is in the gutter. Now, look, she was also walking very strangely. In a little while she came back, and now she was walking backward. That was because she didn't want to turn around to get home. When she reached Tommy's and Annika's gate, she stopped. Now how Pippi was walking? She was walking backward, and where did she stop? In front of Tommy's and Annika's gate. Very good. Okay, so was Pippi walking in a very normal way? No, she was walking in a very strange way, with one foot in the gutter and the other in the. Okay, The children looked at each other in silence. At last, Tommy spoke. Why did you walk backward? Why did I walk backwards? Said Pippi. Isn't this a free country? Can't a person walk any way she wants to? Let me tell you that in Egypt, everybody walks that way and nobody thinks it's the least bit strange. Okay, now underline this word Egypt. Now, what do you think is Egypt? Is it a thing to eat? No, Egypt is the name of a country. So, underline this word and write a country. Okay, so what did Pippi say to Tommy and Annika? That why is she walking backward? Because she told them that in Egypt people used to walk like this in backward position and nobody points out that at them that why are you walking backwards. Nobody thinks over there that is strange. How do you know? Asked Tommy. You have never been to Egypt, have you? I have never been to Egypt. Indeed I have. That's one thing you can be sure of. I have been all over the world and seen many things stranger than people walking backward. I wonder what you would have said if I had come along walking on my hands the way they do in farthest Asia. Now please underline this word, farthest Asia. Now what do you think is farthest Asia? Yes, farthest. What is the meaning of farthest? Something which is very far away. And far away from where? From the continent Asia. So countries or the places which are very far from Asia. So what did Pippi said? That I have been to Egypt. I have visited Egypt and I have seen the things even stranger like this, that in farthest Asia, how do the people walk in that country or in those places? They walk on their hands and nobody thinks that is strange. Now you must be lying, said Tommy. Pippi thought for a moment. You are right, she said sadly. I am lying. Okay students, now I will read these lines and all of you have to also read the lines aloud with me. Okay, now you have to read these lines with me. Now please put your pencil and turn your pages. Put your pencil on the first line and read with me. Okay. It's wicked to lie, said Tommy, who had at last gathered up. What happened? Yes, it said Annika. Annika said this. Who had at last gathered up enough courage to speak. Now please underline this word courage. Okay, now what is courage? She gathered up enough courage to speak. Means that was she brave enough to speak or was she not brave? Yes, courage means someone who's very brave. So underline this word and write the meaning on the top of this word, very brave. So now she gathered up all her courage and now she is behaving like a brave girl, and she asked from Pippi that it's wicked to lie. This word wicked also. Wicked means yes, something which is not good. Wicked means something which is not good. Okay. Yes, it's very wicked to lie, said Pippi even more sadly. But I forget it now and then. What she said that yes, I know it's not good thing to lie, but I forget this thing every time. And how can you expect a little child like me to always tell the truth when my mother is an angel and my father is king of a cannibal island and I have sailed on the ocean all my life. Now please underline this word cannibal. Now what do you think is cannibal? Now Pippi is saying that my mother is an angel and my father is the king of cannibal island. Now who are cannibals? Cannibals are those people who used to eat other people. Now can you imagine? Are we having these type of people today? No, we don't have these type of people who eat. Then Pippi smiled and continued, and let me tell you that in the Congo there is not a single person who tells the truth. Now, what do you think is Congo? Yes, it's the name of another country. Underline this word and write name of a country. Now, Congo is the which country which Pippi is telling? It's number 3 country. What was the first country which Pippi tell? The first country was Egypt. The second was farthest Asia, and the third is Congo. Now, what she's saying, and let me tell you that in Congo there is not a single person who tells the truth. They lie all day long. Now, students, can you imagine that there is a country in the world where all the people used to tell lie all the day long? No, this cannot happen. So again Pippi is making them fool, and she is telling them again one more lie. Begin at 7 in the morning and keep on until sundown. So if I should happen to lie now and then, you must try to excuse me and to remember that it is only because I stayed in the Congo a little too long. Now what she is saying to Tommy and Annika, that why did they both excuse her? Yes, because now it's her habit to tell a lie, as she has stayed in Congo for some time where all the people used to tell a lie. So now she is also in a habit of telling lies. So please excuse her for this. We can be friends anyway, can't we? Now who is asking from whom? Yes, Pippi is asking from Tommy and Annika to do friendship with her. Oh sure, said Tommy, and realized suddenly that this was not going to be one of those dull days. Now remember, in the starting Tommy and Annika thought that they will not be able to find any playmate in their neighborhood and they will be having same dull and boring days. So now when Pippi asked from both of them to do friendship, at once Tommy said, oh sure. Why? Because now they were having a playmate and a friend nearby. By the way, would you come and have breakfast with me? Asked Pippi. Why not? Said Tommy. Come on, let's go. Oh yes, let's, said Annika. Now Annika is also willing to do friendship with her. But first I must introduce you to Mr. Nilsson. Now please underline this word, Mr. Nilsson. Now students, what do you think? Who is Mr. Nilsson with whom Pippi is going to introduce them? Yes, Pippi's monkey. The name of Pippi's monkey is Mr. Nilsson, said Pippi, and the little monkey took off his cap and bowed politely. Now please underline this word, bowed. Now what do you think is bowed? Mr. Nilsson, the monkey, took off his cap in front of Tommy and Annika and he bowed politely, in very polite manner. What did he do? Yes, bowed means he took off his cap and he pushed his head in front of them in order to behave that, in order to show that he is a very polite monkey. He pushed his head a little bit in front of them after taking off his cap to show that he is a very good and courteous monkey. So now students, this was the end of our story. I hope that all of you have understood the story, and did you like it? Yes? Okay, now let's see how much you understood this story. Now let's check your understanding. I have a few questions from you, and after asking these questions I will let you know that whether you have understood this lesson or not. Okay, my first question is, what was the name of Pippi's house? Yes, who will tell the answer of this question? Yes? Okay, very good. Villa, Willy, Cola. Okay, students, you will only write this one word, Villa, Willy, Cola, or you will give the complete answer? Complete answer. And from where we will start our answer? From the question. Very good. The name of Pippi's house was, yes, in the question it is was, so we also in the answer we have to use The same tense, was. Very good. My second question is, what was the color of the jacket of Pippi's monkey? Very good. Again, complete answer. The color of the jacket of Pippi's monkey is was yellow. Very good. My third question is, which three countries did Pippi say she has been to? Now at once recall the three countries which Pippi told to Tommy and Annika. Yes, please start your answer from the question. The three countries which Pippi said. Very good. Why are we using the second form of say? Because did is used in the question. The three countries which Pippi said she has been to were Egypt, Farthest Asia and Congo. Very nice. And class, we will write the names of all these three countries with small letters. No, with capital letters. Why? Because they are proper nouns. They are the names of the countries. Very good. My fourth question is, Pippi's father was the king of which island? Very good. Cannibal Island. So how we will start the answer? Pippi's father was the king of the Cannibal Island. The Cannibal Island means where people used to eat other people. Very good. And my last question is, what was the name of Pippi's pet monkey? The name of Pippi's pet monkey is or was Mr. Nilsson. Very good. The name of Pippi's pet monkey was Mr. Nilsson. Very good, students. It means all of you have understood the lesson as you gave all the correct answers. Very good. Okay, now as our story and unit is finished, so what's the last thing which we have to do at the end of the period? Yes, very nice. Our last thing is we have to write our homework. We have to write our homework. Okay, students, your homework is okay. Students, now all of you can see your homework. Your homework is to reread unit number 1. Yes, unit number 1 is Pippi Longstocking. You have to reread means read it again, make a title page and write words meanings on your notebooks. Now what do we mean by title page? Yes, where you have to write the name of the unit and draw a picture, any one picture which is mentioned in your story. You can draw any one picture from the story and write the name of the unit in a very beautiful handwriting. And the last thing is you have to write the words meaning on the next page. And from where you will write the words meaning? Yes, in the starting of the unit, words to know are written, so we have to write the words meaning from there, which is mentioned in the top of the story. Okay, class, I really enjoyed this lesson with all of you, and I hope that all of you have also enjoyed this story with me, isn't it? Okay, so this was the end of our class. So till next class.